Hello, everybody. Welcome along to a happy, smiley preview. Back on home turf. We are no longer sat in a quiet room at the back of the sixth form building. We are, we're here, we're fine. And I can chat a little bit more freely than I could last time, out of risk of one, running out of data, and two, being spooked by moving humans around me, which wouldn't be ideal. So, what do we think? What do we think for tomorrow? I am strangely confident. I'll let you make your own minds up, but I am incredibly confident. Right then. I've got a really itchy head. I don't wear hats very often, so I'm not used to this at the moment. So let's have a look in chat then, shall we? How are you doing, Isaac? All right, mate. A return of Eves indeed, Lewis. I'll put the link in a little bit. Hi, Max. You're going sold out away end. Sold out away end. Just 364 made the trip to Blackpool the other night. And as I've gone out of focus, that's good, isn't it? That's really good, isn't it? Hang on. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's the one. Yeah, away days. God, I love away days. God, I love away days. Incredible. The second time I've done Rotherham. The first time I went was in December 2015. We lost 2-0 and Tuber Akpom was permanently offside. Dean, I'll put the link in a bit, mate. It's going to be first away day. Well, Isaac, mate, I hope you enjoy it. Same for you, Max. I bet Eves comes back to haunt us. It's nearly Halloween and he hasn't scored for them yet. You know what? If Evesy does score, I will be applauding him because I love him so much. There was a level of respect between me and Tom Eves. I was practically on my hands and knees begging for him to stay after the Nottingham Forest game. He still brings a tear to my eye. Oh, Tommy's, what a man. I do love it when we don't play on Sky. It's better without Sky, isn't it? It's so much better. Riverside, Stand. I always score prediction for tomorrow. You play Huddersfield. You went to Wigan away on Wednesday. Yeah, good result. Good result for Middlesbrough. Hopefully this can be the start of an upward trend for them. As for score prediction, we'll get onto that in a bit, but I am very, very confident indeed. Yeah. I was confident for Birmingham though. Perhaps I should just go into every game fearing the worst, and then I'll be happily surprised if we win. Who knows? Anyway, so team news: Louis Coyle illness is back in contention for selection this weekend, but Callum Elder with a hamstring problem is touch and go. Harvey Vale with a groin injury, Andy Cannon unregistered, Benjamin Tete hamstring plus unregistered, James Scott shin plus unregistered, Salah Adine Ulad hand groin. Oh, we're getting there now. Alayar Sayad Manesh hamstring. And then is it Adama Traore? Yes, it is. Hamstring / Achilles and also unregistered. Vaughan Coville with a knee injury and Josh Emmanuel illness plus unregistered. All remain out injured. Harvey Vale, he's been back to Chelsea since his injury on international duty to be Tret Cobham. Andy Dawson expects him back in the next week or so. So that's good stuff. That's very, very good stuff indeed. What was up with the goal? What do you mean? Longman's goal. God knows what happened with that. I'm going to assume that's what happened. So possible international manager to be coming. Is that an international team manager or a manager from abroad? That's a very good question. I think it's referring to a potential manager coming in who isn't English and who has never worked in the Championship before. Then I think the other two that we may have interviewed might not necessarily be British or English, but they might have experience in the Championship before. I think he means the Birmingham goalpost. Oh, yeah, that was really weird. That was really, really, really weird. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, Dan did a good job. City's health and safety guy, Dan. Shout out, Dan, if you're watching this. You did an absolutely smashing job, mate. You absolutely smashed it, pal. Well done. Good evening, Ashley. The feeling the worst to be happily surprised. Literally my entire mantra. That goal by Greg Doherty. There we go. It's very difficult to pull off. Very brilliant. Very, very, very good finish. Yeah, incredible finish from Doherty there. And you know what? We'll get cracking. So, ref watch. The referee is Stephen Martin, 2 liners, Robert Merchant, and Andrew Fox. 4th official is Anthony Backhouse. Do I think one of the 3 interviewed could be Corberan? Maybe, but unlikely. That's my belief. That's my belief. Maybe, however, unlikely. Oh, nice cold water. Smashing. Love a good cold bottle of water. I do. Love it. Absolutely love it. Am I going? Yes, I am going. Definitely. Both him and Carvajal are linked with West Brom. So sick of us bringing managers into England for another club to steal them. In hindsight, we should have just got Carvajal done and dusted. There we go. But Andy's smashing it. And what a guy. What a guy. Let's move on to stats then, taken from our last game against, Blackpool, where possession was 50-50. That seems about right, having watched the game. But in terms of shots on goal, yeah, we take that with 11. 3 on target, 3 goals. You know what? That's all we need. If we can't get shots on target, it doesn't matter. Well, no, it does matter. But as long as the ones we get on target go in, that's fine. That's completely fine. Defensively, smash it tackles-wise. And then 15 fouls conceded. God. Yeah, not really much else I can say on that, really. It was actually nice to see our defenders with a bit of time on the ball. Usually teams have found out if he closes down, we panic. Definitely the case. Scott Park will be my first choice, says OP Lodgy lad. And Ashley's response to that is he could take us up, but not keep us up. You're probably right on that one. Right then, head to who actually, what I'll do, while I'm rattling through a lot of this, I'll put a link in chat. If you want to come on, you can come on, say your piece, do some of that stuff. Yeah, solid. Right, Rotherham's team. Now, just hang on. Just hang on. No, I follow support's in the way. I follow support. It's off. Do one. Get out the way. There we go. Oh, actually, hang on a second. Let me get the... No, I won't make that joke. I was going to say get the toilet roll ready, but I won't say that. Oh, Tom. I've done something special, just quickly. I've done something special with my Evesy goal graphic for the weekend. In case you're unaware, what I do for... Hang on, I'm not going to show the full folder. I'm just going to zoom in on the Matchday vlog stuff. So, right, what I do for each team we play, for each game, I have one of these for every player, and I have one of the goal stuff ready for every player. I haven't done it for Bristol City because I didn't have the goal stuff for that first game. But, you know, I've got it for all of these that we've played. Luton, see, that's a good example. Luton, so many players, but you don't need them. But I've not finished these yet, but what I've done is I've done something incredibly special with my Tom Eves goal graphic. What I'll do is I'll zoom in on it to as big as I can get, so you might be able to see it. Right, that is my last ever picture with Tom Eves. What a guy. I was gonna elongate the Eves along there, but I decided not to and substitute it with a picture of me and him instead. I miss that man so much. I love him to pieces. He's quite simply just incredible. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. I love him to bits. Anyway, let's get back onto Rotherham then. So, recently, Tommy Eves has been starting a lot for them. He didn't the other night in their 1-0 win over Stoke, and I think that team that Rotherham won with will stay unchanged. So it's a 3-back typically that Matty Taylor employs. They've got 2 ex-City players in there in Tom Eves and Lee Peltier. I believe Lee Peltier played for City. I'm almost certain. Yes, he did in 2007. But we'll have a look through their squad. Cohen Bramall, formerly of Arsenal. Dan Barlaser, formerly of Newcastle. Tom Eves, of course. Bowler, another one formerly of Arsenal. Rathbone, a former City target there in our League One season. Cameron Humphreys, formerly of Man City. Kioso was at Luton last year. So they've made some good additions to their team in the summer. Made some very good additions to their team over the summer. We'll have a look at current form then. We'll have a look at Rotherham's first. We'll go to their fifth. We'll look at their last 5 games. A 2-0 defeat to Wigan, then a 1-1 draw with Millwall, before defeat against Blackburn, and then 2 wins on the bounce for them in their last 2 games against Huddersfield and against Stoke. For us, we are picking up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after the 2-0 defeat against Luton, we did win against Wigan. Then 2 2-0 defeats on the bounce to Huddersfield and Birmingham before the 3-1 win in mid-week. We'll have a quick little look at the league table, where QPR top the tree on 27 points after 15 games, game in hand on Blackburn, who are level on points with them. Burnley 1 point behind. Looking to us, we are now where we have now accelerated away a little bit from the relegation zone. Need a couple more decent results on the bounce. A nice unbeaten run can take us right up here. Do you know what I mean? 3 wins and a draw now will make it 5 unbeaten, and that's depending on results around us. That's probably propelled us to about where Bristol City and Rotherham are now, maybe higher. So we'll see. We'll see, won't we? We'll see. We will see. Eves, was class at first, but declined a little bit after he got injured before season was suspended. Yeah. See, once he got going with his goal against Sheffield Wednesday, yeah, he was firing then. He was gonna play. He was playing well, all that sort of stuff. But no, then the injury before the season got suspended because of COVID. Yeah, we'll send a 3-1 win tomorrow. Niall reckons Evesy will get a good reception from the City fans. Certainly will from me. Quickly before we look onto around the grounds, we've got Dean waiting. Really good. It's perfectly put in that corner. Right, how are you, Dean?
Well, good. Basically, I made a good save. Like, I'm in year 10 now, too. One more year until I go in year 11. I have a good 11, but it didn't. 4-0 home.
11's the toughest year, mate. 11's the toughest year. I can tell you that from experience.
But also year 10, kind of. Some match good. It was good match yesterday, too.
No,
it was good match today, which was very fun.
Not too bad. On to City then. Do you think we'll win?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
4-0.
Oh, God, you're confident. Who's going to score?
All screaming from the edge of the day.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Dean. I'll let you get on with your evening. Crazy how we're 7 points off the playoffs. Yeah, it's nuts. It's mad. It's really, really mad. Do I think Wednesday and beyond is the revival? Definitely. Well, we didn't build on the Wigan result. We need to build on this result now and turn 1 win into 2 and 3, then 4, then 5 and keep it going. But chances are, well, we'll see what chances are. But based on our performance this season, we'll win this game and then we'll just go back to complete mediocrity. But what Dawson did was he picked a team of complete hard workers and grafters. Like Doc and Slater together is unstoppable. The amount of work that those two will do together they'll just do the hard yards, do the dirty work, ruffle feathers, and it's solid. It's solid. It's so solid. But I mean, we'll see. The long run will tell us. Hate to say, but maybe Tufan was the issue. Maybe. I mean, I like Ozan. Don't get me wrong. He's a great guy, but we just need players in there to work. And that's what you've got to do in the Championship. You have to work. Tufan, in terms of on-paper ability, is clear of most of the players in this squad. But work rate, working hard and contributing to the team, he's one of the lowest. If Tufan's work rate was higher and was similar to that of a Slater or a Doherty or a Ryan Woods, then who knows where we could be now. Who knows if Shotta could still have a job. But we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Let's crack on to Around the Grounds on Championship Matchday 17 tomorrow. The 12:30 kickoff is Blackpool versus Preston. Oh, that's going to be a spicy one. Pretty close, those two teams. And of course, in Charlie Patino's chant, there is the mention of the rivalry with Preston North End in there. Then the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday are QPR versus Wigan, Blackburn versus Birmingham, Rotherham versus Hull City, Sheffield United versus Norwich, Stoke City versus Coventry, Sunderland versus Burnley, Reading versus Bristol City, Middlesbrough versus Huddersfield, and Millwall versus West Brom. Then on Sunday, 2 games kick off at the same time on at 12 o'clock. Swansea play Cardiff in what is a very, very big derby game. And then I've massively understated it there. And then another rivalry and derby game, Watford face Luton, kicking off at the same time. I'm going to move on swiftly to memorable match then. But quickly, dare I say we're starting to see the Tufan from Watford? Yeah, I do strongly disagree. I think Ozan is just Ozan as a player. I think he fits in with this environment so much better than he did at the Watford environment. And I think Andy Dawson and people like Robbie Stockdale, being around the football club, who know what it's like to play in the Championship, will be the sorts of people who will say to him, look, Ozan, if you want to get back in this team, because I don't think Dawson will change the team. Spoiler, I don't think he'll change the team. I think the only change he'll make, if any, will be Longman out for Oscar, but even then that's harsh on Longman. But for me, I can just see Dawson and Robbie Stockdale while he's here. Even though Robbie Stockdale's only in temporarily, I think based on what Andy Dawson's saying, the way him and Barry and Barry Pardo have come in and, you know, just added extra bodies in there. And I think Robbie's experience just across football could be very, very vital if we bring in a manager from abroad again, because he knows the league. Barry Richardson at Championship level is one of the most highly respected goalie coaches. I'm not exactly sure what Barry Pardo's job is, what head of performance strategy is, but Andy says he's doing something right, so we trust him. And then Robbie Stockdale as well as his sort of de facto number 2. I just think keeping Robbie around could be very, very crucial because of his experience. Just because he has played for so many different clubs, has managed and coached at so many different clubs, at so many different levels. I mean, he's been an interim manager in the Premier League. That's all you need to know. For me, that's the long and short of it. For me, Robbie Stockdale is a very, very wise appointment by Andy Dawson. I think that could be a masterstroke. And keeping him around for the long term, finally getting to my point, keeping him around for the long term to put an arm around players and say, look, or just saying to Ozan, for example, look, Ozan, if you want to get back in this team, you have to show that you're going to work at Championship level. And to work at Championship level, you have to graft and run and work hard up and down the pitch, especially in midfield. That's just simply what you have to do. So, I think Robbie could be a very, very wise appointment there. About the changes to the team, do you not think Fleming will come back in? The way he was speaking in the interview suggested that. I just think he'll try and nurse him in a little bit more because of the fact that he's been out for so long. He's played some 21s games, and he got a couple of minutes last night. I think he's going to try and give him a few more first team minutes off the bench first before he brings him back in. That's my opinion anyway. After our performance against Blackpool, should we bench Tufan and Coyle? I certainly agree with you in the short term, definitely. Hope Coyle doesn't come straight back in. I think Christie's starting to look settled in the starting 11. I agree. I like Louis, but I think Cyrus, his experience at Championship level is definitely showing. Only change I'd consider is swapping Wood, Seri or Pelkas. Oh, fantastic, by the way, for Oscar to go up front with Longman. Oscar needs a striker / attack-minded player up there like Tete and Alayar were. It's a very, very good point. It's a very, very good point. Also good to see Pelkas starting to up his work rate too. Yeah, exactly. Pelkas is incredible, but he has no end product whatsoever. Absolutely none. That's as simple as that. And Sam has said, don't change a winning team, rule number 1. Exactly that. Exactly that. And Will agrees. Right, finally then, let's get on to memorable match, where it was, let me take you back to the 7th of May 2016, final day of the season against Rotherham, just before the playoffs. This win gave us a nice bounce heading into the playoffs with a 5-1 win over Rotherham, even though they took the lead early through Lee Frecklington. And Robert Snodgrass levelled it less than 10 minutes later. Abel Hernandez, 2 minutes after that, gave us the lead. Just before the break, again, 2 goals in 2 minutes from Jake Livermore and Modi Ame to make it 4-1 heading into the break. And Jake Livermore made it 5-1, just short of the hour mark. Our team that day was Alan McGregor in goal. The back 4 was Moses Odabajo at right back, 2 centre-backs from Michael Dawson, the captain, and Curtis Davis. Left back was Andy Robertson. Wow, what a team. On the right wing was Ahmed El Mohammadi. On the left was Robert Snodgrass. The 2 centre mids were Jake Livermore with 2 goals and Tom Huddleston. And Modi Ame started just behind Abel Hernandez. The bench was Eldin Jakupovic, the goalkeeper, Alex Bruce, Sam Klukas, Harry Maguire, Sean Maloney, Chuba Akpom, and Sonny Aluko with Steve Bruce in charge. For Rotherham, Lee Camp in net. You might recognise Richie Smallwood was playing for them. Johnson Clark Harris, now of Peterborough. And on their bench, Paddy Kenny and Neil Warnock in charge of them at that time. And then last time out, the very, very last time we played these guys. Yeah, Clark Harris was at Rotherham. I know. The very last time we play these guys. Oh, quickly, Will. No, I wouldn't take Gerrard. I would not take Gerrard. That Aston Villa team have been crap for a year, and every single time I've watched Villa play, I've been completely unsure as to what they've been trying to play like. It's a team with internationals. Yes, Tyrone Mings is only an international because he's a left-footed centre-back. But it's a team with international players that has had no identity and has struggled for a year. This is a Villa team that was expected to challenge. It was expected to be where Newcastle are now, not in terms of money, but in terms of challenging the top 6, the big 6, based on summer business. That summer window where, yes, they lost Grealish, but they reinvested that money so well under Dean Smith, bringing in Danny Ings, Leon Bailey, Emi Buendia, but it just hasn't worked. And Gerrard, yes, kept them solid for his tenure there last season. But yeah, exactly, Ashley. A team with Coutinho should be smashing it, but they're not. They played with no identity. So no, I wouldn't take Gerrard. I would not take Steven Gerrard. Lewis, I have seen your camera issues. I shall add you to the stream in just a second after I've done last time out and the record. So last time out, FA Cup on the 4th of January 2020. Tom Eaves hat-trick, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Eaves hat-trick. Got us the win that day. The team was Matt Ingram in goal. The back 4 was Robin McKenzie, Reece Burke, Ryan Tafazoli, and Brandon Fleming. Midfield 3, Dan Batty, Leo da Silva Lopez, and Herbie Kane, with Josh Bowler on the right, Keane Lewis Potter on the left, and Tom Eaves leading the line with 3 goals that day. The bench was George Long, the goalkeeper, Eric Lee High, Kamil Grzycki, Sean McLaughlin, George Honeyman, Jared Bowen, and Jackson Irvine, with Grant McCann in charge. And then finally, the record. Once it loads, there we go. So our last 4 against these lot, we're unbeaten in 4. We've won 3 out of our last 5 against them. So, not too bad. Not too bad. We'll quickly do shared shirts, then we'll bring Lewis in. Where I've gone for Angus MacDonald. Yes, I know there's Richie Smallwood, and yes, I know there's Tom Eaves, but I've gone for Angus MacDonald over Tom Eaves because I won't have to edit it if I want to use it next time. I know. Time-consuming methods. I am good at this sort of stuff. So Angus MacDonald signed for us on deadline day in January 2018, was with us until at the end of the 2019-20 season after COVID. In only 21 appearances for us because he was quite unlucky with injuries, and of course he was battling with cancer as well. So, and he's overcome that, done incredibly well. Well done, Angus. And then after he left us, he joined Rotherham. After we got relegated, we kept hold of Rhys Burke and Jordy Device. We thought both of those would go, and we thought Angus MacDonald and Ryan Tafazoli would be our Championship starting centre-back duo. But in fact, it was those 2 who got moves to higher levels. After we got relegated to League One, both of them bounced back up to the Championship. Tafazoli with Wickham and Angus MacDonald with Rotherham. He was with them for 2 seasons. 2021 and 21-22. He left them in the summer. In 48 appearances, he scored the once. So, I've just taken the banner off. I didn't mean to do that. Lewis, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, my camera's been a bit of an idiot tonight, but we move. Let me just make sure it's
a bit temperamental, is it?
Yeah, it's definitely an issue. Don't know what it is.
Definitely. Now, are you confident for tomorrow? First of all, are you going?
I am. Joe, come on, you know me.
I do know you. I do.
You know me. An away game, I'll be there. Unless it's Cardiff for the rearranged date, and I won't be there because I was going to go, but then I can't now.
You were going to go, but then Liz Truss killed the Queen.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she resigned 6 weeks later. Typical.
44 days. And they're going to bring back Boris Johnson.
General election, just get it called. Come on.
We need a general election. We need a general election so bad. God, what's going on with my hair? God, yeah, we desperately.
The first deputy's calling for him, and then the rest of them going, nah, just bring Boris back. Why would Boris come back? Boris stepped down for a freeing reason. Come on.
Boris resigned because these MPs had no confidence in him.
He had no confidence, and he knows he did wrong during COVID. But what do we know? Because the government's as dumb as friggin'.
The government loved a party at that time. Andy Dawson will be interim longer than Liz Truss was PM.
He actually will be. He probably will be. That's
he will be. He will be. Marcus, how are you, pal? Bringing Mordaunt, Sunak, Boris, and Badenoch. Ah, crap. Yeah. Kemi Badenoch's the worst of them, definitely. I see Marcus Maddison has been kicked out of another club, such a fall from grace from his Peterborough days, almost like coming to us killed his career. It was his attitude that killed his career. Simple as.
It was him sitting at home playing Apex Legends more than focusing on his football career that killed him.
Morning, noon, and night in his apartment down Humber Street. He was loving that sort of stuff.
So blame Apex Legends, not us.
Certainly. Anyway, on to my predicted 11. On to my predicted team for this game then. Andy Dawson, I think he'll stick with the 4-3-3. In goal, I think will be Nathan Baxter. At right back, Cyrus Christie. Centre back, pairing of Tobias Figueiredo and Alfie Jones. A left back, the captain Jacob Greaves. Centre midfield, Ryan Wood, Jean-Michel Seri and Regan Slater, with Doherty on the right, as he has been in recent weeks, which is weird, but it works. Left wing, I think Pelkas will stay in, and up top, I think Ryan Longman will remain. On the bench, Matt Ingram, Louis Coyle, Ozan Tufan, Gökhan Sinek, Sean McLaughlin, Oscar Estupinian, and Will Jarvis. So just to remind you of that, in goal, so it's an unchanged starting 11, and then the bench, excuse me, everyone, for Ingram, Coyle, Tufan, Sinek, McLaughlin, Estupinian, and Will Jarvis. I think that's pretty. I think that's what he'll do.
Strange. Okay.
I think we mentioned it in chat earlier. We just don't change a winning team.
Yeah, I get that, but I think if Fleming's 100% fit, get him back, get him in, move Greaves back, which is who you drop, or drop Greaves for a game or so, because he's knackered.
I think Greavesy though, Greavesy drove past me the other day. It was the day after the Birmingham game. It was my afternoon off college, and I needed to do some shopping for my tea. So I'd been to the butcher's and got myself some sausages. And Greavesy drove past me, gave me a little wave. Took his hand off the steering wheel and waved at me as he drove past. And the poor guy just looked so miserable, and his confidence was shot to pieces. But I think now, because of that win, I think all of them will feel a little bit revitalised, and all of them will feel, look, if we and the message that Andy Dawson's trying to say of, look, work hard, grind, and you'll get results. I think that's coming across for him now.
I mean, I watched his post-match interview yesterday at college, and he usually said we knew we had it in us. He was just getting that foot on the ball first, getting hold of the game first, and not letting them run away with it. Because I think also, if Anton say we saw it Huddersfield numerous times before where they've scored first and we just have not had a reaction.
Yeah, we've just capitulated. So we just need
as much as we scored first yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, Wednesday. Yeah. It's not like Blackpool was a threat. They opposed literally no threat apart from their goal. Yeah,
and even then, the defending was pretty poor. Seri loves giving the ball away sometimes, doesn't he? And then it was just we didn't.
I mean, for me personally, because I watch on my phone, I don't know if it looks a bit. If someone watched on TV or someone was at the game, for me, I think Tobias should probably be a bit more closer to Dougal, or whatever his freaking name is.
Kenny Dougal,
that's why looking off the phone. Whether it looks different in real life or on a TV, I don't know, but that's just what I saw from my view. I think Tobias was in a bit of no man's land. He probably should be a bit closer. But I mean, apart from that one little mistake, I mean, there was what I think it was like the 62nd minute where Greavesy was faffing about over on the left. He gave it away, and I just looked and said, if this goes in, Greaves has to take full blame for this. And it nearly did go in, but apart from that, we looked decent in defence and attack. We actually looked decent for once.
It feels good to know how to score goals, doesn't it?
At least we know we can.
Certainly.
It's strange. We can do it with a non-striker. I mean, without a recognised striker. But when we have a recognised striker, we're useless.
Wow. Well. Anyway, it's time for score predictions. So, and I need to send mine to you, actually, don't I, Lewis? I'll do that.
Yes.
I'll do that while I'm watching F1 free practice just on my TV. I thought I'll watch this because I want to see Alex Palou driving an F1 car. And I want to see what Logan Sargent and Teo Porcher get up to. But
I forgot there was about 5 rookies in this tonight.
Yeah. And Antonio Giovinazzi too. Ashley, I'll come to you first. First of all, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. I think I'm having the same camera issues.
Good God. That's well, things could be going better on both of your ends, but are you confident, mate?
Fairly.
Do elaborate.
Well, it's like I'm confident, but like you, I'm worried that like because I'm confident, that means we're gonna lose. So I think if I'm a little less confident, maybe we can settle for a draw.
Well, so what are you going for? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna say 2-1 Hull.
Scorers?
Yeah,
we tempt fate.
I would say I'm gonna say Pelkas and Estepinian.
Interesting. Lewis?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say I'm confident, but whenever I say that, we lose.
So we're all in the same boat here.
Yeah.
So it's not really great, especially this season. Yeah, I think if you play, I mean, I said this after Wigan going into Huddersfield. If you play how we did on Wednesday, we'll be alright on Sunday, but then we just played like we'd never played before. But it's not going to be easy because we're are decent at home this season. I'm going to go over 2-1 City.
Ooh.
With Doherty's going to score a belt again. Can I just point out, I don't get who this new manager is. Greg Doherty has to be the first name on the team sheet.
Doherty, absolutely.
Yeah.
Doherty and when fit, Syed Manesh are the first names on the team sheet.
Got to be. But yeah, Doherty's going to score. And I've got a cheeky Jacob Greaves from a corner in mind.
You know what? I'd love to see it.
And then the inevitable, if he starts, if he's on the pitch, the inevitable Tom Eaves is going to score.
Yeah, I'd. You know what? If Eves scores, I'm not bothered.
Neither.
I will celebrate for him. And then for me, I'm going to join Lewis in the 2-1 camp. You said 2-1 as well, didn't you, Ashley?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So we're all going for 2-1. For me, scorers, I think, will be. I think Pelkas will get one. And I think Ryan Woods might score one.
Oh,
I'd love seeing that goal because he's been ridiculous. He's honestly, as much as I shouldn't like him because of his Birmingham links, he's been very good.
He's like Stephen Quinn, isn't he? Not just because of what colours up here. He's got the way he just sort of sits back, conducts play. I think him and Seri as a double pivot is nuts.
Don't put your whole prediction in your prediction. I've just noted it down.
Okay, I won't do. All right.
Just make it easier.
And on that note, it's time to end. Thank you very much to the two of you for joining me, and to Dean as well earlier in the stream. I shall speak to you both very soon, I'm sure. And enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Yeah. I'll speak to you when the Prime Minister's announced.
So we will hear from Ashley in 7 years time.
Well, the rules are different to the last one, but let's face it, this is the Tories. They'll bend the rules. So
it's the UK government. That's what
it's not the UK government, it's the Tories. Right.
Yes.
So I'll see you later. Farewell all, take care. And to you guys watching as well, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you tomorrow for a match day vlog. And yeah, take care and goodbye.